Welcome to the Automotive Blockchain channel, everyone. Hey, thank you all subscribers. I really appreciate you smashing that like button as well as subscribing. And to all people who are new to this channel, hey, thanks for visiting. And if you like this information that you are receiving, go ahead, hit the like button as well as subscribe. I am on my push to 500 subscribers, and I cannot get there without you. So also, do not forget to share this information to those who you know are going to be interested in automotive information. All right, so let's break this thing on down. You know, I've been spending so much time on this channel focused on the manufacturers and focused on the distributed ledger technologies as well as the blockchain technologies that benefit that supply chain on the higher levels, such as from the mining of the cobalt to the manufacturer and what they're doing in there. Today, I am going to focus on ShiftMobility, a company that has dedicated their solutions to an area lower on the supply chain or lower in the value chain or the service chain. And they are looking at the solutions to benefit the body shops, the repair facilities, maybe the pre-owned dealerships. So ShiftMobility, over here on their Twitter page, you can see here, powering the automotive industry for this mile and the next. And in here, they do a lot of focus on artificial intelligence. And in this video, do what I can to follow up with ShiftMobility in a video to come. I've got a couple of other things coming out that I want to do reminders on with Ben Gorshall, with artificial intelligence there, and a bunch of other stuff. So that's in queue next. Now, moving on. So with ShiftMobility, I kind of like this quote here. It makes about as much sense for auto repair shops to use legacy software on modern vehicles as it does to strap a Holley 4-barrel on a Tesla. I love it, guys. ShiftMobility, awesome. For those of you that don't know what a Holley 4-barrel is, it's just a carburetor. It's a 4-barrel carburetor. And why would you put a carburetor in a Tesla? Which means, why would you be using some old behind legacy software in an auto repair shop? And hey, I get it. I've got a favorite mechanic that I'm literally visiting tomorrow. And you go in there and it's like, the best way I could compare this this repair facility is like, you know, one of those diners where you look at that and you go, should we really eat there? And your best friend's like, yeah, man, you got to eat there because they have the best food. You know, so that's what it's like. They do a really good job. They do really good work there. So I take my stuff there. But they don't have the best software, but they have the best mental capacity that I know of inside that particular shop that's local here. So let's go ahead and get into an article that they put out specifically about that. All right, here we go. Artificial intelligence for automotive service. The future is already being automated and it's enabled by AI. Our previous entry explored how AI will impact the manufacturing and distribution of auto parts. But what about the businesses that purchase and use them on a daily basis? For service centers, doing everything they can to move jobs out of the bays and basically back to customers through their doors, activities that add value or increase the average ticket price can fall by the wayside. You know, it's basically like paperwork, and doing so many things, you just kind of lose focus. And keep in mind, some of these shops and facilities are going to be small. People in there could be wearing multiple hats. So they got to have software that is going to help them maximize every single selling opportunity and customer service opportunity as possible. That being said, the article goes on to read, advances in computing power will give machines abilities once reserved for humans, the ability to understand and organize unstructured data such as photos, speech, to recognize patterns and to learn from past experiences how to improve future problems. So that's a big thing. And if any of you have ever taken your car to an automotive repair facility, I'm telling you, you get it. Sometimes you look back through that window and you think, what in the world is going on back there? But your car comes out working fine most of the time. Your car comes out working out fine. So that being said, look at this here. The number of auto repair companies deploying AI at scale has grown from 7% in 2017 to 10% today, with OEMs generally making better progress than suppliers or dealers. And this is where I go back and say ShiftMobility is focusing their solutions based off of the research I've done on the auto repair shops. And, I have to say, I've had ShiftMobility in my kind of my mental queue and been kind of monitoring them for about, I don't know, about 5 or 6 months. And, I wish I would have done a video on them, a lot sooner, because they really seem to have a product that you guys, I think, are going to like. So here we go. The automotive service industry has a heavy reliance on experience. It makes it difficult to replace that highly skilled operator, that service tech, once that service tech retires. And if any of you have ever used a service mechanic at a mom and pop shop, and then that service mechanic moves to a different facility, you are freaking out. You want to follow that mechanic wherever they go, because they are the car doctor that takes care of your vehicle. So the article goes on to read, since variations in operators' qualifications can affect not only the performance, but also the profit, AI's ability to preserve, improve, and standardize knowledge is all the more important. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can go, so anyone can go and continue reading this particular article, but I'll go in here and I'll say this. AI can quickly diagnose vehicle problems, find parts, and the best practices and earliest available. Even automatically recommend substitutions should a set profit margin not be met. So once again, these products and parts, they can have multiple part numbers or SKU numbers that are all over the place depending on what manufacturer that creates them. That's just something to keep in mind. Now let's navigate over to the ShiftMobility's website. They have a lot of great things on here, and I'm just kind of going to go over it on the higher level. The links will be in the description so you can look into this yourself. I will be doing another video about them just to kind of dive a little bit into their white paper. All right, so and speaking of which, let's go ahead and touch base on that now just so you can get an idea of what the blockchain that they're using and how it's created. Powered by Blockcurr and Ethereum, ShiftMobility's platform is the industry's first and only blockchain-based hub for all information and transactions that touch a vehicle, while other organizations are busy debating the implementation of blockchain through emerging consortiums. And what they mean by that, and they're not putting it out there, but emerging consortiums like Mobi. I did a couple of videos previously that mentioned Mobi, where you have Ford, Renault, BMW, Mercedes-Benz. They're all part of these bigger consortiums trying to figure out what would be the best standardized practices for issuing blockchain into the industry. Well, ShiftMobility is just saying, hey, our platform is currently deploying in leading automotive businesses. Thousands of users are leveraging the ShiftMobility's applications right now in the real world. Yeah, that's me ad-libbing a little bit, but you get my point. They're literally saying that right off the bat. One other quick thing to note is that the Auton is ERC20 compliant. That gives you an idea of where they're coming from with that. I'll dive more into this in a future video. So let's flip over to their website. Real quick, ShiftMobility's automotive blockchain platform accelerates digital transformation by simplifying the construction, integration, deployment, and novel automotive solutions on a secure and scalable infrastructure. So that you don't really need to go into anything else with that. They summarize it all right there. So I'm going to touch on just the highlights, okay? Real quick. Automotive blockchain. They're providing developers with modular building blocks, higher level interfaces, big data infrastructure, and software development kits to build connected car and industry specific applications. I think it's awesome. And take a close look at this graphic here. So if you're listening to this and you're not paying attention, focus on your screen real quick, okay? At least in the US, and I don't know what the statistics are off the top of my head over there in Europe, but 11.5 years represents the amount of years on average that customers are keeping their vehicles, okay? And that vehicle data isn't transparent. If you got a vehicle at a pre-owned lot and you might not be the first owner, odds are you're not. And then on top of it, do you know if the VIN number is actually the right VIN number? Do you know if the mileage on the vehicle is actually the correct mileage? So they're showing you that their blockchain technology is it's showing that the VIN number and the information that's associated with that VIN number is immutable and secure. So that's what they're saying here with the automotive blockchain. As far as their modular services, the modular services makes it easy to build and deploy simple enterprise level applications on Google's highly scalable, reliable infrastructure. And I think they're talking about Google's cloud services and the cloud platform that's associated with that. Is what I think they're hinting at there. All APIs are available 24/7. Moving on, this is awesome. The vehicle passport. The vehicle passport listen closely to this, everyone. The vehicle passport creates a digital identity for any vehicle that can be used to track vehicle history, transactions, events. Owners need no longer depend on the often incomplete service history provided by the previous owners or third parties. You know what it's like when you're trying to buy that pre-owned car because you may have found it online, and you go to that person's house and they're like, so does it have good service records? And they're like, oh, sure. I always get reminded of Transformers when they're going up to buy Bumblebee the first time, and they go into Bobby B's lot. So here's a little clip of that.
How much? Well, considering the semi-classic nature of the vehicle, with the slick wheels and the custom paint job.
No, but the paint's faded.
Yeah, but it's custom.
It's custom faded?
What is your first car? I wouldn't expect you to understand.
All right, so that's pretty much it on that. But you can see here with the vehicle passport right here in the image, the app stores everything from the transactions to sales deeds, title, insurance, proof of ownership, and receipts. Consumers can even order replacement parts for their vehicle using Auton tokens. And when I first looked at this Autons, I looked over there at that and I was like, wait a minute. That's kind of like gold tons. I like it, ShiftMobility. I like it. I see what you're doing there. Is that a prediction on what you think gold will be worth? I don't know. I'm just saying, if that's something that you're doing. Anyway, so hey, everyone, this is ShiftMobility. They have the applications being deployed out there in various industries. So you can see down here, I'm scrolling down just so you can see in their app, a couple of companies, at least here in the US, that are utilizing them. You can see Doorman, Grease Monkey, and a few others. So that's ShiftMobility. Hey, everyone, let me know what you think of the video. Don't forget to click and subscribe, and I will see you soon.